What up? What up? It's Hip Hop Weekly Radio. I am Sheba Songz, hanging out with you tonight, man. And I just gotta let you know I am so excited right now. So honored. I have the superwoman in the building, Miss Lil Mo. How's it going?
Hey Sheba,
First of all, you're aging backwards, okay?
thank you. And I'm so sleepy. That's why I'm just like, pray for me if I look crazy. Like I just been running and I haven't got any rest. So I'm glad for the aging backwards, but my body is letting me know that I'm aging forward.
No, you look amazing, okay? And I just want to say
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for going on verses, first of all, because it's
Thank
no
you.
put it on me without your ad libs. I was like so ready, like, where would I be?
Yes. Okay.
You got to just hit it for me one little time. I got to get off my bucket list.
I'm about to say I don't even know if I have a voice right now. Like I literally was just getting up because I was on the road last night and got back in. So I might sound like Ja Rule right now
I'm joking.
if I sing my part.
Oh, don't worry
Well, woo. Yeah, my throat ain't ready
about
yet, sis.
that. I'm joked out, but I just want to say, man, like I said, verses was off the chain. It was like reliving my
Thank you.
childhood all over again. So
Thank you.
you experienced it. You were really there. You was amongst the show. It's been like over 20 years since you guys hit the stage together, and verses allowed
Yeah,
that to happen that night. What did you take from that night, given the fact that you guys are being spotlighted once again?
yeah. Like versus is everything that you think it is. It's
Right.
literally um nostalgic. It's a vibe, and because they don't have a set list in the back, for
Mhm.
so when you go out, you're getting the audience reaction and your interaction right there on the spot. So it's like an adrenaline rush. So
Nothing.
soon as you get there, yeah, I don't know how the see Ja and Joe were the main artists.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty sure they had their set list with their DJs, but it's not the on the floor. So you don't know what's gonna come next. It's just that when you hear your song, like they play songs collectively between the both of them, that I was like, oh my God, like it makes you feel a type of way. But when you're performing, when Put It On Me came on, and actually in that moment, like I just remember just being on go. So anything that happened like before, during, or after, I was still on a cloud. So it
Yeah.
just makes you feel great that I realized that was a song. That song is 21 years old. So a lot of people grew up to that record. A lot of people used to run home and watch 106 in Park,
Yeah.
TRL, and vote for that song. People used to call the radio station and vote for that song. We didn't have social media back then, so you get to be hands on. So if that song is 21 years old, and I would say the average age target demo was probably 12, 18, 18, 25 back then. So the 12-year-olds in their 30s and people that was 6 year old, because I've had people that have been 28 years old and was like, I was in second grade singing that song.
You
That
really
was your
remember
night.
where you
It
was.
wasn't just about me. Yeah, it wasn't just about me. It was about everybody that grew up to that record felt it.
Felt it. When I saw
Yeah.
you and Vita come out on stage, I was like,
Yeah.
yes,
When
yes.
I saw Vita come out stage, I was like, yes, yes, because I'm still touring and I know Jai's still doing shows and I'm pretty sure Vita's still doing shows. But to perform that in front of a audience in New York at
Yeah.
the Garden, we've never performed that song at the Garden before. It was always on stages. You know what I'm saying? We performed all over the world.
Wow.
So 21 years, 20 years ago, that interaction when the song first came out, we felt that
Mhm.
20 years later.
So you felt just like us.
Yeah, because I know how that record made people feel. So I wanted to feel that feeling. I'm glad that I had that experience.
Don't worry about it. I was singing along with you. Woo,
Okay.
woo.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
did see that you and Fat Joe made up, reunited, united. He sent you flowers and a card to apologize. And I love to see that. I love a guy to take accountability because my ex still never apologized to this day. So that's a big move. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see that for you guys. I would like
Yeah.
to know, who would you like to see go head to head on verses? For me,
I
it would
would love to
be Britney Spears,
see.
Christina Aguilera. That would be a good one.
I don't want to see that. The reason being is because Christina's a singer, and Brittany's like more of a entertainer. I would love to see Drew Hill and Jodeci.
Or whatever.
Like, yeah, I don't even know if who they have coming up, but anytime they announce the lineup, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to see that because I want to see what it's gonna give. I think if they do cross over into the pop market, then if you invite, then you got to do NSYNC versus Backstreet Boys. Like then you gotta open it up. But I'm like, do everybody see? Black people, we competitive. White people don't really do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would the vibe be? Because black people, we're gonna, you know, say we're gonna entertain and we're gonna da 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 da. Like a lot of people for 2 hours. Whew, I don't know what it would give. So yeah, that's why I think versus is literally for our culture because we're naturally competitive. Even if we're like everybody thinks competitiveness has to be beef. No, we know the joke, we know the laugh, we know how to be like, you know what? When you play that song, I knew you was gonna kill me on that. Like you know what song is gonna beat. I don't know if a lot of other cultures could handle that. Like some of the stuff, let's just keep it to us. Hello. So I was just like, that's why I would love to see Drew Hill because oh my God, versus Jodeci. But I don't even know if all the Jodeci would come out.
I think Drew Hill actually did it, but I think it was with Boys to Men.
They did?
Yeah, that was
like I didn't even see that.
Hit. Yeah, it was like when they first hit. When it was
because there was a lot of people doing online things, but it wasn't verses. Because I remember when who was a couple of people. I would love to see T-Pain go against somebody. Like he got some hits. Like let's not sleep on the Pain. Yeah. I would love to see him go against somebody. I would love to see Usher versus Chris Brown.
I would like to see that.
I would love to see that. Like that's what I want to see.
They can
and I want to be there in the audience yelling, hyped up.
Make sure you give me a seat, okay?
Hello.
Okay, but I would say this verses allow us to relive our favorite hit songs and kind of like them longevity songs because nowadays we don't have that, unfortunately.
Yeah,
you agree with that. And like Superwoman is a longevity song and it's definitely an empowerment for women. So I wanted to know, do you think theme songs like Superwoman helps the music industry to like promote us in a positive narrative versus what it is now these days?
I believe it does. When we were doing those songs, we knew that we had to do records that were timeless, that would transcend generations. I honestly think that music now, it's not bad, but I don't know. I can't really say if it's going to last 20 years. Because you have to look at the expectancy of people. We have social media, so everything is constantly moving. Something can happen today, we'll talk about it tomorrow. They say you're dragging it, we're over it. Because things don't last as long because it's a different world out here. It's a different, I would say, a different internalization. So when I did Superwoman, my Superwoman is different from Karen White's Superwoman. My Superwoman, like, you know what I'm saying? So Superwoman today might be equivalent to, let's say, like, what would be a strong woman empowerment anthem? Like, you have to think, like, everything, times change, people change, expectancy changes, feelings change. Right. So when I was saying chickens' heads, they won't stay. Now that I'm here, now people, you could say like, I could suck a watermelon through a straw. Like you could say different things now, but it's just like not saying you're not a superwoman, but I could do different things. Right. So Superwoman, it was a song of strength and empowerment, but now we have different songs that have, you know, empowering lyrics. And I think the reason why I would say we stood out more is because it wasn't a lot of us. Back then, it was only one little mo coming out with the color braids, tattoos. Yeah, I was like a rapper, but I sang. Yeah. So now you can rap and sing, and we broke down walls. We trailblazed because you know now you're allowed to do whatever you want to do. Literally. So that like now I'm proud of the path and I would say the lane that I've created. But I see so many lanes out there, and I see a lot of people tearing people down because they lanes, and I'm just like, don't be mad at that because whatever they hate, they'll copy and they'll become. Okay. So I'll see people talk about Little Nas X, and I'm just like, why are y'all like let that boy do what he want to do? Because y'all gonna laugh now, and because y'all don't understand it, but y'all gonna copy later. Watch, you feel me? Right. Like nobody's doing what he does. He has his own lane. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, let him rock out. So I would never do that. Nobody asked you to. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You can't hate what people create. You can watch it and you don't either have to listen to it. Like people are like, you don't have to listen, you don't have to respond, you don't have to say anything. So that's why with Superwoman, there are new versions of people in their own superpowers,
Yeah,
so
I
to
do
speak.
agree
So
with you. So I
yeah.
would like to know, I know you are a legend in the game, and I would like to know what exactly is the formula to making longevity music though?
Being different, standing out, setting
Mhm.
yourself apart, not doing what everybody else is doing,
Right,
finding your sound, finding your glow, finding your lane, and
right.
owning it, taking accountability for once I put this out there, once it hits the atmosphere, I don't know how people are going to receive it, but this is how I feel. And I stand by it and I approve that message. Like when I did Superwoman, I was told this song was too cocky. It wasn't considered empowering. It was considered like too strong, because I'm telling dudes like, yo, they can't play. Like
Yeah,
nobody wasn't saying that back then. People were saying like, I do all this, I do all that. I was saying like, she not gonna do all that, she not all that. Come here. Like you can go look outside for birds and planes, because I had a Superman part one and there's a part two. So part two is the one that was actually commercially released. But part one, I was telling people you ain't got to look up in the sky for a bird or a plane, which
yeah,
is like, you don't have to look for that. Like I'm the one that'll save your day. I'm coming to the rescue. So it's just like, you know, you just have to realize who you are. A lot of times I didn't realize who I was and the power that I possess, because I honestly, I didn't let the outside banter get to me, but sometimes I'll let it control how I be like, well, maybe nobody wants to hear that. But I'm just like, now I'm to the point where it's just like, I don't care what nobody want to hear. Somebody gonna want to hear this. And
right.
if they don't, I know what I feel. So
How did
you
you get
just
to that?
really have to rock out by what you put out.
Mhm. How did you get to that point?
I got to that point because
People
I
feel like,
realized nobody can do what I do. And I'm not trying to do nothing nobody else does.
right.
It's a difference when you just like, oh, I like that. But there are people that are really copying, pasting people's whole sound.
Oh yes.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, the thousand
Um,
Migos.
but before the Migos, there was Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, not
Yeah,
saying that there's not someone that came before me. Like, I look up to the Major Blige's, Faith Evans, Kelly Price's, Coco from SWV. There are a lot of people I look up to, but I realize when I come out, I can't do exactly what they do. They have their own lane. Don't be a copycat. So I got to that point where I was just like, even though I might see a style, be like, oh, since I got to rock that, or who wore it best, or those things happen. But you don't literally have to have a storyboard or be like, I want to be the exact same thing as this. So I got to that point and I got to a place where I was just like, I know I don't look like anyone else. I know I don't sound like anyone else. I can do what they do. Make sure that they can't do what you do. And honestly, my manager, Ruby, embeds in my head to just stick to the glow and your go. Don't try to be like, oh, I got to do drill music because that's what's hot right now. Don't do that because it may not be received from you. Stick to what you know. That's what will draw the people in.
yes, I like that. I like that. Tell your manager, thank you so much for that advice.
Yeah, real
Yeah,
talk, because you know, you don't want to, you know, let your good works be evil spoken of. You
yeah,
feel me? There's a lot of people who try to emulate or do things like everybody else, and you can't do that,
right.
because the people now with social media, people be like, they would drag you.
Social media would tell you all the way down, make you feel like the smallest thing in the pebble in the street.
Yeah,
So you really got to stay focused, stay strong minded, and just know who you are, as you
you
said.
have to, or else it'll be over.
Over. But I do commend you after all those years. You are still working. I know you did the Brett and B Judy B-Day and engagement party with that surprise performance. I love
Yeah.
it. And you also have that hit single with T-Pain called Shining Star.
Yep.
Now here's the
Like,
funny thing. Wait, what you're about to say?
now I'm like, it's just been going up and up, and like, I'm literally living in the moment. Like, I can't believe like all of these amazing things are happening, because even as an artist that's been in the game, you just never know when it's your turn again. A lot
Again.
of people don't get their turn again. A lot of people don't get second chances again. You feel me? So it's just like, now that the doors are opening, and this is off old music and new music, so I get to blend. with my classic fans and my new fans and my new people that I like within, when did we do verses? A couple of days ago. If you see how many people have started following me, I'm just like, whoa, it can happen again overnight. You just have to be ready.
That's what we call favor, Lil Mo. Okay. That's
And it ain't fair.
okay. Yes.
It ain't fair.
And I know you've been getting a lot of bookings. Is there anything we should be on the lookout for as far as music? Will we be getting a new album from Lil Mo? Well, come on.
Yeah, definitely a new album. But with social media, one thing I could say is, and streaming sites, I could put out a song every day if I want, once a month, every 3 months. So I love that I'm independent. I'm with the faculty music group, and I love that we have total control of how we disseminate music. Before you have to do a whole campaign, you don't have to do that no more. When you have a name and you have a brand, you just have to refocus and revisit what you want to do, the movements you want to make, and just go for it. I don't have to sit up there and do 6 month rollouts. Nah, you don't have to do that. It can literally happen overnight, but you have to be ready. You feel me? So like we dropped Broken Heart early in February, which was my first release off my new EP entitled Savage Heart. This is a different side of Little Mo. Everybody knows I sang the Can You Live With It, Loving Me for Life, and the Superwomans, and the Put It On Me's, and the Can't Let You Go's, and all the features. But now it's just like, now it's time to dig deep. There is a dark side, but there's a light side as well. So this is the in between the dark and the light side. This is the essence of Little Mo. So a Broken Heart is like, where do you go to fix that? Like, I've sang all these songs about marriage and about wedding, but I've been divorced 3 times. That's it for me. So don't give up on love, but you have to realize there's a point in between the Little Mo and the Cynthia where I had to heal. So that's my healing song. Then we got Shining Star. We see what's going on. Women want to be equally paid. We want equal opportunities. We want to be equally respected. The most unprotected woman in America is the Black woman. So I'm just letting all women know, no matter what color, race, creed, religion, whatever you do for a living, you are a shining star. If you sell Mary Kay, if you sell pussy, if you sell Girl Scout cookies, whatever you do, you are a shining star. One thing we women know how to do is we know how to hustle, and we know how to make it happen for these kids and for our life. It's so many women being abused, being misused, being mistreated, but you're still a shining star. Don't let that low point, don't stay there. Level up. So it's just like you glow, you glitter, you shine, you sexy, you gorgeous, you fine, no matter what size, shape, color, how you got your hair done, whether it's shaved bald, whether you have alopecia, whether you have a wig down to the floor, but you better walk like you better walk in your purpose. You are a shining star. Baby, I'm getting chills because I'm just like, it's so many women feel that because they've been through things, or because we're looking for love, we're always searching for something, we're always nurturing, we're always giving, but who gives us? We're always healing, but who heals us? We're always helping, but who helps us? We're always loving, but who loves us? Baby, you are a shining star.
I am receiving this word, okay, because I'm one of those women you're talking about. So I love to hear that. I love to hear that motivation, and you just show that you can go through things and overcome it.
Yes. People think that, and I see that a lot. People think when you're on social media, your life is off. But a lot of people aren't what they post to be. A lot of people aren't living how they post to live. A lot of people don't have as much money as they post that they have. And it's just like, don't fall for that or act like you have to be this or you have to be that. Be yourself. Trust me. You'll feel better than I'll stand as witness that I used to see things be like, well, I want that. But then it's just like the maintenance. A lot of people say, well, I want a rapper's baby father. What about the maintenance, the lifestyle? Like it's so much where much is given, much is required. So don't look at somebody and say, I want that. Be respectful and receive what God has for you, and greater will come.
In Jesus' name, okay?
Alhamdulillah, yep.
I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so happy that you are getting another chance again,
Yeah. Like to right all my wrongs. Because I was a good girl before, but now I'm a better person. So it's not being a good girl, it's about being a better person, that human that realizes that I honestly didn't realize how big my platform was until I had to sit back and like, okay, don't misuse or you'll lose. Level up.
That setback be a mighty comeback. So it's something you had to learn during that time, and now you're ready. You're a better person We've been waiting on you.
Oh man, thank you.
And just like I said, we're gonna be on the lookout of your new single, your new album that's gonna be released. And how can the people stay in contact with Little Mo?
I'm at the Lil Mo Show because it's always a show going on, always a movie on my page at THELILMOSHOW on Instagram, Twitter, and I believe on Facebook is the Lil Mo Show. I don't think you have to do an at. And sometimes I use my daughter's TikTok to post TikToks and stuff, but or my niece. But other than that, I'm literally always on. I'm on Instagram more than anything else because it's just easy to click, post, bye.
Big facts. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for chopping it up. Thank you for that advice, because little do you know I needed to hear that. So
for sure.
I appreciate it. And like I said, we got Lil Mo in the building. It's Hip Hop Weekly Radio. I'm Sheba Songz. Thanks, my girl. Woo,
hey.
woo.
Sing, girl.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good day. Bye.